Within the past 2 days, there have been at least 2 accidents that we know of here in West Michigan that police say may have been caused when a driver had some sort of medical problem behind the wheel.
One this morning on Cascade Road in Kent County. The other is a deadly crash in Portage. 24-hour News 8's Danny Carlson was at last night's wreck that left a motorcyclist dead. She's live tonight looking at what you can do from behind the wheel. Danny?
Yeah, Sue and Brian, that deadly crash here in Portage last night. Officers here tell me that they think that chain reaction crash was caused when the driver of a van had a medical problem behind the wheel, but they say they don't know definitely for sure if that was the exact cause, but they do tell me that several times each year here in Portage, they see accidents that are caused by a driver behind the wheel who has a medical issue.
He was coming off the interstate and realized he was veering into another lane, and the next thing he knew, he had hit another vehicle.
The man that caused this wreck has worked for Mark Davis at Commercial Building Services in Kalamazoo for more than a year.
He's a very good employee, very dependable, very courteous, respectful of others.
The man was behind the wheel of a company van at the time of the wreck. Davis says that man was drug tested and had a background check before he ever got into a company car. And Davis says he didn't know of any prior medical condition his employee may have had.
He will be beside himself. He is not a malicious type of person. He would not purposely do anything that would harm anybody else.
An emergency room doctor at Bronson Hospital tells 24-hour News 8 that people can have medical conditions out of the blue, but he says it is fairly rare.
There's always a first time, and there's always just random people that'll pass out, especially when we see it in the summer, people getting dehydrated, they're just passing out.
The doc says sometimes people may get some warning symptoms immediately before, like feeling weak, lightheaded, or sweaty. But sometimes, he says, people just don't.
Sometimes, syncope, which is passing out, that happens without any warning symptoms. And you can get syncope from multiple reasons. Yeah, those patients don't have much warning at all, and that's a little scary.
The doctor says that if you know that you have a previous medical condition, you should obviously pay attention to it, especially when you're behind the wheel. But he says even if you don't, it's important to listen to what your body is telling you, especially when you're driving and especially during the summertime when people have a tendency to become dehydrated. Now, as far as last night's fatal crash here in Portage, the police department tells me as far as any charges being filed in that case, that will be up to the prosecutor's office. Live in Portage tonight, Danny Carlson, 24-hour News 8.